Okay, gang, we are starting. Welcome to CFTA. It is October 16th. This is your Thursday night comedy addiction. Everybody's coming in. Trickle in, everyone from outside. Yes, we're talking to you. Oh, they are coming in. Yay. Okay. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Excellent. We're going to tickle your funny bone tonight. Dylan's taking the corner. Who's taking the front? Trevor! You taking the couch? Apparently. Yeah, someone farted in that seat. Okay. House announcements. Guys, we have a new camera in the vestibule. Can you say vestibule? The vestibule. There is a camera that is recording nonstop for the intention of you guys sharing your thoughts and feelings, where then later we can cherry pick the most interesting ones or honest ones or critical ones and then throw them online. So that will be a fixture at CFTA from now on with every event. Cool? You're being recorded walking out and walking in. Hey, Mike. Talker's Corner, yes. Anytime you feel like saying shit, say it there. In the vestibule. Excellent. We have shirts waiting for you to signify that you are a devout supporter of the arts at Center for Talking Arts. Fame House, CFTA, your favorite color, pink. Get it, it's right there, it's on the wall. Number 2, alcohol, you guys know about that. We have our liquor license. You can fill up. You haven't been here in a while.
No, sir.
Ah, liquor license.
Not weekday drinking.
Oh.
Just weekend drinking.
Oh, well, good for you. Congratulations with the sobriety. Semi-sobriety? Oh, because it's the weed that keeps you. Cool.
That and like the weekend. I still drink on the weekends.
Ah. Okay.
If I didn't, people would that.
Well, happy binge weekends. Hey, Faye.
Hi, Dexter.
Okay. These writing stand-up comedy workshops happen every Thursday, 5 o'clock. And I want to share with you a joke that I found funny that Dante wrote last week. I said, guys, go outside and for 10 minutes, just access your funny bone and write something, come back in, share it. This is what he wrote. He said, I noticed a bus driver on his cell phone with passengers in the bus. And if I were caught by the police using my cell phone while driving my car, I'd get a ticket. So does that mean that bus driver would get 30 tickets? Dante, what'd I say? Funny. And then you said, or would he? I forget the rest. Anyway, that's Dante's joke. He owns it. He can tag it up. Are you guys open to an after show tonight? I think Omar started this shit. He said, he insisted. He's like, guys, you're going to do an after show? You're going to do an after show? I was like, why? What are you going to do? Come on, can I get on the mic? Fucking, okay, yes, we're going to do it. And now it's something we stole from him and his brilliant mind. And happily stealing plagiarism from the great Omar. With that said, this man, Omar Hassan, has just moved here permanently from Calgary and now lives in Oakville. It's been a week now. Yes, Omar? Can you give this man a big round of applause for his first time hosting here at CFTA? Omar Hassan!
Keep it going for Dexter, man, and CFTA.
Wow. Holy. Are you guys audience members? You are? Oh man, I know we've got at least 2 audience members. I would love to pick on you, but you're sitting in the second row, so I can't do that. So here's what we're going to do. The 2 audience members, I know exactly who you are. You're moving right here. You're moving right here, man. I'm just going to stay silent. Second guy, come on up. You're sitting next to him, bro. I don't care. Where's the second audience member? You.
That's me?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, there you go. Gotcha, bro. There you go. Give it up for these guys, man. Holy. I love that. Because you two are just... I think you should sit next to each other. Or is that pushing it? No, I mean like same table.
I think you should move over.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Let me just say, okay, I love you, man. You got so much good energy, honestly. Like, you look like me if I had a better life, you know? Like, I swear, bro, holy, it's beautiful. I really appreciate being here, to be honest. I feel very welcomed and very much at home, you know? Because I'm Egyptian, right? And then they put out this Aladdin carpet for me to make me feel like, you know, I can fly places. I don't know. Yo, if I sit down and do this, does it show? On the cameras? Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. A couple of housekeeping items. There are lights. There are 3 lights that are lit up right here. Green, yellow, and red, okay? Everyone's going to get 5 minutes to do their best set. Your best set, your best shit, man. You got Hamilton's finest comics all judging you, okay? So you better, like, just bring your A game. If it's yellow, that means you got 1 minute left. If it's red, that means your 5 minutes are up. If it's red and flashing, that means in 2 or 3 flashes I might come on stage and grab the mic from you, okay? Yeah, comics, we good? Yes. All right. DT, are we good? Yeah? Okay. It's just making sure. No, I saw you. I saw you going like this, and I was like, I'm not going to let him slide. Fuck, okay. I love the energy in the room, I'm not going to lie. It's buzzing in here. There's a lot of energy going on. Okay, well, you know what? Should I do a joke or not? Jake, what do you think? Yeah? Okay, I'll do a joke. I'll do a joke about why I decided to move to this part of the country, okay? And I honestly, like, it's nice because I don't feel like I look different. I feel like everyone here is from somewhere. So it's really nice. It's not like Calgary where everyone's, you know, looking at you funny or whatever whenever you speak your language. But this one time I was on the train, and there was this guy that just looked at me. He was obviously mentally ill. And he just, like, he went at me, man, with the worst brown slurs that you can possibly think of. He's like, you know, like, F you, you know, you're Indian, and you strap bombs to babies. And I was like, not the same brown, man, like, just, you know. And then he's like, you shouldn't even be here. And I was like, you're right, I should be back in Calgary. And then he's like, you're so brown, you don't even eat beef. That's when I was like, you know what, man? Fuck you. I eat so much beef, I got gout at 28. Gout, bro, at 28. All right, man, we got to get the show started. Give me some energy, please. Your next comic is straight out of Japan. That's why he told me to say he's only been in Canada for 35 years. Please give it up for Toma.
So last week, a friend of mine invited me to his place to watch a triple X movie. Yeah. That wasn't the punchline. But so I got excited and went along. It was just an old action movie starring Vin Diesel. So good evening, my name is Tomohiro. It is a Japanese name, but I'm changing it to Pearl Harbor because I've bombed so many shows in the past. A wise man once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. But I once said that Taco Bell is 1% beef, 99% silicon, and 100% regret. So Halloween's coming up. You guys excited? Yeah? Yeah. So here's the thing, like last year, I managed to frighten my whole neighborhood. I dressed up as inflation. $7 for a pack of eggs, eh? Now that is scary, is it not? Yeah. So I wanted to tell you something. So believe it or not, I don't believe in doing random acts of kindness, and I'll tell you why. Like, for example, I once tried to donate to charity. I did. But the experience was so bad. Like, I went to the nearest clothing shelter, right? I took all my clothes off. And they told me to get out. So, how could they do that to me? Give you another example. The other day, I tried to hold the door open for someone, right, which is also a kind thing to do. But that lady just kind of stood there and stared at me like I was some kind of weirdo, right? So I sat in that porta potty and thought, what's her problem? Thank you. Come again, please. Yes. So, online dating is a good way to meet people, right? It's funny, one time I matched with somebody, and she sent me a message saying, hey, the one thing that you should know about me, Tomo, is that I am asexual, right? And I read that and I said, hey, that's perfect, because I'm also asexual. I'm a total stud. So recently, my friends convinced me to install Hinge. And it totally changed my life because now my front door can open and close properly. Dad joke, right? Yeah. So apparently, the #1 dating app in Alabama is called 23andMe. Just keep it in the family. Eh? My current girlfriend and I have been trying role playing. Yeah. So when she suggested that we try like hotel maid and guest, I was hoping for something more than me just cleaning her apartment for 2 days. This is my last joke for today. So old boys' names, right, are popular again. So people are naming their children like Henry, Hank, Thomas, et cetera, et cetera. So we wanted something for our child, but we couldn't agree on anything, right? So we just went with Geezer. It's like he'll grow into it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Keep going for Toma. Yeah. Yeah, the way I like to put people, like, you know, when people are coming up and it's an open mic and there's so many people that come up, is how many claps left in the night. You know, so every comic gets 2 claps. If there's 16 comics on, that's 32 claps. And we just did 2, so we only got 30 more to go, all right? All right, your next comic, He was out in Oakville a couple days ago, and he was so amazed by it. Like, he was walking there like he's never seen anything like it. This guy, he comes all the way from Toronto. Please give it up for Jason S.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, this is not as nice as Oakville, I'm sorry. Welcome to Hamilton. Here we go. Who's the audience members? Is you two guys up front? Who are the people I'm allowed to talk to? All right, there we go. You guys like chips? Like as a snack, chips?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite kind of chip? Computer chips? Look at this guy. Someone get this guy up here. All right, live comedy. Thank you for supporting the arts, sir. How about you? Can you give me an answer? The ones that you can eat. I don't care. It doesn't matter, really. Fine. Let's say Ruffles, like all-dressed Ruffles. You like that, right? That's a good chip. All-dressed Ruffles, that's a good chip. I like that. I have a friend. I asked my friend the other day, so what's your favorite kind of chips? And he said Pringles. He said Pringles to me. And I had to stop him. I was a little bit startled because, like, I'm sure you guys all know Pringles aren't actually chips, right? You understand? You know, like Pringles, that's actually a legal designation, the Pringle. It's not a chip. I researched this, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And they had to make this decision. It doesn't have enough in common with a chip. It doesn't have enough potato matter in it to be legally, like, I don't know if you know this, they're not kept in bags. Again, this is for legal reasons. A Pringle is not allowed to be sold in a bag like a potato chip. It has to be sold in a canister, much like a tennis ball, because it's closer in chemical composition to a tennis ball than to a potato chip. It's true. They're actually, in terms of nutritional value, closer to a pog than a potato. It is not a chip. Have you ever ended a friendship over someone's favorite kind of chip? You ever? No? No one's done that. Me either, because a Pringle's not a chip. Not a fucking chip. Degenerate. Anyways, guys, I had some medical issues earlier. I went to the washroom, and there was a little bit of stool in with my blood, so... I'm dying. Please help me. This is actually my make-a-wish. My final wish was to open my comedy in this basement in Hamilton tonight. I only have 36 more hours left. Hopefully, I'll just listen to podcasts in the parking lot outside of here. Someone please bring me some Pringles. Support the arts. What's your favorite emoji? Do you have a favorite emoji, one of you guys? No? I don't. Do you use emoji? You're an emoji guy? No?
Maybe the sunglasses.
The sunglass one, that one's a cool one. That one gets a lot of puss. My favorite fucking emoji, the sunglass one. No, it's not my favorite. My favorite was honestly, it's the baby angel. Does anyone like the baby angel one? The baby angel, it's a good emoji, I find. Some people like the regular angel. But I have some problems with the regular angel in the emojis because I feel like it doesn't have its wings. So I feel like it's not very good at being an angel, you know? It's like a bad angel. I don't know, guys. This is just observations. I'm not... But the baby angel, it has its wings, like it's perfected, it's completed its purpose. It's a dead baby too, it's a little depressing. It made me think of Cupid a little bit too, the baby angel emoji. And it kind of gave me something too, like we have this thing, like Cupid, that's an angel, right? But it's like a baby angel. It's like a dead baby. We need a dead baby so we can be in love. A little bit upsetting. I didn't mean to bring up dead babies again tonight. Oh, I hadn't brought them up before. Let's talk about dead babies. No, guys, thank you for supporting the Arts Live Comedy. I wanted to brag a little bit, guys. I recently lost 70 pounds. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's a cause for us to all celebrate. No more Pringles for me. Although, even more recently, I gained back 75 pounds. So I'm actually in the process of eating myself to death. And unfortunately, all of the 75 pounds went directly to my back fat. So it's just all fucking back fat all the way down. This man just threw up in his mouth a little bit. I could see the gesture. Does this back fat make me look fat? I apologize. I don't mean to make eye contact with you while grasping and shaking my back fat. I'm twerking it while talking to you. Is it technically prop comedy at this point? I'm not Carrot Top, I'm Muffin Top. Guys, I'm gonna write a screenplay just to process my back fat sort of fears and such. I'm gonna write a screenplay. I time travel and visit a younger version of myself. I teach him about diet and exercise. I'll call it Back Fat to the Future. Thank you for supporting the arts. I've been your Jason for this evening.
Yeah. Yo, when I don't know if you guys have hosted before for the comics, but when you like bring someone on, do you fist bump them or do you shake their hand?
You kiss them.
You kiss them? And your name is Touch Me or something? Oh man, what are you doing here? Oh my God. All right. Your next comic, he's here all the way from St. Catharines. He's only been doing comedy for about 3 months, so please put your hands together for Austin Conrad, everyone. Austin.
All right, I know what you guys are thinking. Right off the bat, I'll tell you that you're wrong. I've never had an Uncrustable before. Make them all my own with the crust. If I'm being honest, guys, I usually make 2. I'm having a pretty good night. Just before I got on stage, I actually got the sweetest message on my phone, and it wasn't just one message. I've been getting blown up all week, like on fucking Twitter, Instagram, email, you name it. Turns out a lot of my fans work at Temu. Right? They're saying like, we pick you, we choose you, we love you. It's the only place I know where you can just pay with your attention. They say you can shop like a billionaire. I had no idea that billionaires had to send a link to 10 friends to get some shit online. Buying stuff online, that's fun. But selling stuff online, that's a whole other thing. So like for the past week, I've been trying to sell a mirror on Facebook Marketplace. You guys ever try selling a mirror on Facebook Marketplace? Get your phone out. Listen, guys, I'm not a business consultant, and I don't tell anyone how to run their business. But who told these prostitutes they have to wear heels? Right? Like, run your business. You can barely fucking walk your business. I hit rock bottom with my diet the other day. You're thinking, how? You know, how did you know it was rock bottom? You ever order something that's not a food? McDonald Land milkshake, right? That's not a flavor. That's a wake-up call, guys. You wake up without on the bedside table. You're like, what? I don't even know what it. Anyways, it's crazy. They say that there's no gay players in the NFL, right? Hard to believe. But then think about it. Who would play soccer then? Soccer fans in the house tonight. Anyone hate Donald Trump? One guy. Okay. Anyone love him? Okay. I think, whether you love him or you hate him, you can probably agree that he does say some crazy things from time to time. And for the most part, I think it's pretty out there. But there was one time where he said something, I think it was a pretty good point, and we kind of all just overlooked it, right? So there was one time he was talking about a school shooting, and he said that if he was there, he would have went in unarmed and stopped it. Right? You're thinking like, imagine he's in there, right? He's at the end of a hallway. I think he would just put his hands up big like he was seeing a grizzly bear. Drop the gun, virgin. Look at this loser. I don't even need a gun. Guys, is there anything less serious than a press conference next to a helicopter? Right? Like when they're asking questions, they're like, oh, how are we going to feed the children? And they're just, we're going to try our best. Like, it's ridiculous. I saw that on TV, actually. Another thing I saw on TV, it's a show called The Cake Boss. If you haven't heard about it, it's about a family of Italians in New Jersey, and they basically just lie about what cake is. Like if it's got piping and running water and a pilot light, that's plumbing. How do I know it's plumbing? Well, I mentioned they're Italian. If you ever played Super Mario Brothers, Italians, you can daylight as whatever you want, but you yearn to plumb. I had to start watching this show because at malls and airports, they've got these fucking vending machines with cake for $10 a slice, right? And I just want to come out and say, as the official spokesperson for the target demographic for cake vending machines, we are good. We don't need to be buying our cake for $10 a slice out of a vending machine. We're buying ours off of Temu, only 10 cents. So, we saw you buying it. What? No, thanks everyone. I'm Austin Conrad.
Yeah, keep it going for St. Catharines. Man, it's kind of like it's crazy. I feel like the first few comics are not from Hamilton. Hamiltonians, how do you feel about that? Cool? People like our city. I love that, man. All right, your next comic is very funny. I've seen her do comedy a few times now. She's also all the way from Toronto. Please give it up for Artemis.
I'm in from Israel today. Things are not going well. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very fucked up on gravel right now. I get very car sick because I am Jewish. And I always do. I always think I'm taking the non-drowsy stuff, so I take a handful of it, and then I get real loopy in the car. I am from Toronto, like he said. It's nice being in a basement that feels very familiar. The windows, however, are really fucking me up right now. I'm not used to doing comedy and being able to see outside. I'm used to being like captive and terrified. So it's very. These people think I'm pointing to them. Yes, hello. That's very funny. I don't know who those people are. How are we doing tonight, guys? We feeling good? We feeling good? Excellent. Fantastic. What do you guys do in Hamilton? What's like the thing to do in Hamilton? Just this? Is this what we're doing here? What do you guys do in Hamilton? This is, I swear to God, every time I go outside of Toronto, they go, we like to drink and have a good time. I'm like, that's all of the places everywhere. That's what all humans like doing. No one's like, I hate having a good time. But I'm in therapy. Is anyone in here in therapy? Really? Oh, hell yeah. Why do you go to therapy? Why? Yeah. Tell me your problems so I can feel better about myself. I have anger issues. Really? Oh, I'm fucking terrified now. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Does anyone else go to therapy? Seriously, I'm very frightened. No? All right, we'll stick with you then. Hopefully things go well. Can I guess why? Sure. Shit, Dad? Oh, no. Really? Well, we'll see with my jokes later, yeah. So yeah, shit, Dad. Nice. I get it. I can spot my people. It's also, if you have a shit dad, that means you have an incredible gag reflex. I don't know if you ever used that before, but it is science. The less your father tucks you in at light, the larger your larynx gets. Just a mathematic formula. This kind of feels like the autism night, I'm not going to lie. Like, you were talking about how many claps, number-wise, people are getting. You're talking about computer chips. He's got noise-canceling headphones on. I don't know what the fuck's happening tonight. I don't know if it's just the fucking whatever drugs I took today. Who gives a shit? But no, I do go to therapy. I like my therapist. She told me to be more open with people, so I fucked her. She meant open-minded. I thought she meant open-leg. Growth is confusing. But I really like her mostly because she's cheap. I think she's an alcoholic, and I can't be totally sure of this because we do our meetings over Zoom, but I'm pretty sure she lives in her car. So she gives me like incredible advice. A few weeks ago, she told me to just do whatever I wanted, and I was like, yeah, I do. That's actually why I'm here right now. Because what I do for fun is having sex with people in dumpsters and taking Molly like it's birth control. Dumpsters, that was my early 20s. I'm in my later 20s now. I've moved up. Now it's just men without bed frames. You know what I'm talking about, right? This guy knows what I'm fucking talking about. Put your hand up here if you're a man with a bed frame. All girlfriends, is that correct? Is that all from girlfriends? Really? You did it yourself? Oh my God, the people outside of Toronto are bougie. Holy shit. I'm very impressed with that. No, the thing is though, I do like my therapist, but she's trying to act like a real healthcare professional now and like get sober. So she used to tell me to just do whatever I wanted, and now she's telling me I have to stop doing drugs and get to know myself. Like, I'm 27. That means I've spent 27 years with myself. I know enough. If anything, I'd like to know less. And you know what helps with that? Drugs. If she was a good therapist, she'd be prescribing me cocaine instead of selling it to me like she is now. So you got to keep up with those gas prices somehow, you know what I mean? I'm single. Anybody else in here single? All the men without bed frames are like, yes, it's me. Exactly. I like older guys. So if anyone here has sleep apnea, hit me up after the mic. Because that is a big turn on for me, baby. No, I've always liked older guys. When I was 19, my boyfriend was 28, which is bad. Sorry, I mean hot. That's hot. But I do like, as someone who likes older guys, I have a lot of empathy for the 20-year-olds who are still banging Leonardo DiCaprio now, even though he looks like a hawk of ham that you like left out in the sun for too long. He used to be very attractive. And I get what they're doing. They're chasing the dragon of when he had hair. I've done that myself. But it's a very easy solution. What they can do is they can fold all of his wrinkles together, and then you staple a picture of him from Titanic onto his forehead, and then you fuck that. There we go. A yellow light, what does that mean? I wasn't listening to you when you were telling the rule. I don't listen to men. This might be why I'm single. This is a real problem. The red light, is that when you come on stage and hit me? He's flashing it too. Oh my God. Okay, I guess I'll get the fuck off. Here.
Thanks. Wow. Toronto comics taking over the great city of Hamilton. We're not going to let that happen, man. All right, your next comedian is a really good friend of mine, a fellow Egyptian. I think that might be, okay, that might be an Artemis. I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, but when you handed me that mic, that might have been the first thing a Jewish person has handed an Arab person their entire life.
We're breaking barriers.
There we go, to follow in that theme, your next comedian, the hilarious Egyptian, please put your hands together for Ayman Nassar.
Keeping going for my homeboy Omar. And thank you for pronouncing my name in the proper Arabic way. So, Hamilton. How's everyone doing tonight? I have a milestone to tell you about because I finally got accepted by Hamilton. I moved here 3 years ago, but you never really belong to Hamilton until she shows you, that I was running down James Street, like fucking James Street, am I right? And I came across a homeless man masturbating. Just out in the open, and you ask me how I know he was homeless, like why are you stereotyping? Because it's Hamilton, homeless, alcoholic miscreants in line to order narcotics. So as he is sitting there going off on himself, I'm, flustered. So I don't know whether to look at him, look away, and he looks at me, he's like, "What are you looking at?" And I got flustered, so I said, I'm sorry, do you need a hand? And that's how I ended up helping a homeless man masturbate in Hamilton. As I said, I run a lot for health purposes and other things because I'm trying to escape Hamilton while still living here because rent is affordable. When you run a lot, you're in pain, and one of the solutions for body pain is massage. Has anyone ever had a massage? Yeah. Remind me to tell you about my elephant massage story, but this is not that because I'm very guilty of male privilege. You know what that is? Do you know what male privilege is? Thank you. You understand. It's when you do things because you think, what's the worst that could happen? Like, if I'm in Cuba and I'm walking in the streets where I know no one, okay, and this person starts calling me out and he says, sir, hello, do you remember me? And I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck you are. And he says, I am the security guard from your hotel. You don't know me because I'm not wearing my uniform. And I'm like, yes, exactly. Because in the contract to be a security guard, it says that you have to take care of the patrons when they are outside. And he asked me, like, what are you doing here in the city? And I said, I'm looking for cigars. So he says, follow me. And what does male privilege do? Let's follow this stranger into a dark alley, up a fucking staircase to God knows where, into a bar where there's 3 other people who could very well rape me. And you all know how that story ends. So, I'm online, I'm looking for someone to give me a massage because when you go to the proper places, it's $120 fucking for an hour. Like, what the fuck? Who pays that much for a massage? I live here, but I want to pay Middle Eastern prices. So I go online and I find a person who charges $40 for a massage. And he lives 400 meters away. And in his ad on Marketplace, he says, special services extra. Now, you would think that would deter me, but I was in a lot of pain. So I call up this person. But I wasn't born yesterday, so I sent my brother a message. I said, Omar, not this Omar, the other one. I said, Omar, this is the address I'm going to be at from 7 to 8 p.m. You call me at 8:15. If I don't answer, you call the police. Okay? So I go up to this guy's house. He buzzes me in. I go up. I walk in the door. And the first thing he says is, take off your clothes. Now you know that no good story ever starts with taking off your clothes in a strange man's house. And no position of power ever prepares you when you're lying face down and ass up in the air, in your underwear, in this stranger's living room. And you know how they're all talking about the Epstein files and that, Epstein Island was a front for the Mossad? I guarantee you it definitely was, because when that guy was working on my calves, I was ready to condemn Hamas. I was ready to tell them where all the hostages were. I was ready to give up my own mother for the pain to stop. And as a new immigrant here, I find English very fucking confusing, because I had to be careful. You become very aware of the words you use when you're lying ass up in the air, and I asked the guy to work on the kink. I mean, no, not kink. Harder. No, not harder. Okay? You lose track of your fucking English linguistics. But nothing sets it up more than when you hear the words easy. Like something is easy. What are the euphemisms for easy? Walk in the park, piece of cake. Have you ever heard of cakewalk? I never had when I moved here. I thought it was made up. So when I first heard it, I thought it was made up by our friends from India. And actually, I forgot where I'm going with this. Okay, Omar, come on up here. Everyone, bring it up for Omar.
Yeah, that's it. Ayman, everyone. Yeah, having a bad, happy ending experience. Yeah, I don't know. All right, how's the energy, man? I feel like everyone's out there. Can you guys hear me out there? Yeah, you can, right? What are they talking about? Yeah, I don't. Can they hear me? Faye? Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll go get them when. I just Vikas, I really like your brother. I really wanted them to be here for you, but they don't want to be here for you because you know what? They don't care about diversity. They don't care about people that look like us. So everyone in here, you do care about people that look like us. If you support diversity, you're gonna give it up for this guy, Vikas, everyone.
Thank you, Omar. I don't know why he asked me if I want to get mentioned somewhere coming on the stage, and I asked him to mention that I'm married, and he missed it completely, I guess. I am married. Why did you ask it? Omar, why did you ask it?
What?
Why did you ask it if?
Oh, I just wanted to know if you were married or not.
Fuck you. But I am married. I am happily married for 2 years. I'm actually married for 4 years, but only happy for 2 years, so. That's not the joke. But yeah, I want to talk about God's most complicated and most simple creation, men and women. Right? Men are so simple that if my wife says, let's have a fun weekend, I'll just go out and drink with my friends. Yeah, no kidding. So, men are so simple. I'll just give you one more example. Last night, my wife called me from the kitchen and asked me to peel eggs. Now, I went in the kitchen, I peeled the egg, came back, started watching TV. Couple of minutes later, I saw her angry, staring at me. I did what she asked, right? Faye, what did I do wrong?
You didn't peel the eggs, or you didn't
I
do
did.
it right?
Sorry, what?
You didn't do it right?
I peeled the eggs completely. She was angry because I did not throw the trash, like the eggshells in trash. Like, she just asked me to peel the egg and I did that. I mean, just give me give me complete sentence. But, yeah. So, yeah. If you ask a woman what they want in their partners, they have the full list. He should be loyal, tall, handsome, emotionally available, good looking. It will take at least 3 guys to fulfill all these requirements. And women are too rigid for their qualities. You see their Tinder bios, if you're not like this, swipe right, swipe left, right. Is it like left? Yeah, swipe left. See, I don't use Tinder. I'm married. If my wife is watching it, I don't use it. Every night, 10 to 12. No, I don't use it. But men are not. Men do have like list of qualities, like big this, big that, tight this, mute. We only need mouth for one reason, and that's not talking. But but we are not rigid about the qualities. Even if girls have half of the qualities, we are good with that. Even if girls have none of those qualities, we are okay with that. Our hard limit is girls should be alive. That's it. If she's there, that's good. And women ask weird questions, like at least my wife does. Whenever I'm sitting in peace, she sees me, she senses that I'm in peace, and she goes, "What if?" You know, what? And she asked me one time, "What if you don't see me for a couple of days in house?" And I was thinking something else, and I said, "Yeah, it would feel good." Yeah, wrong answer. Next morning, I woke up, I did not see her. Yeah, same thing the next morning, I didn't see her. On third day, when the swelling around my eyes went down, I saw her. Yeah. Women get angry very easily. Women get angry and men are always scared of it. Yeah, actually men are very scared, you know. You see all these inventions, dishwasher, that cleaning robot, washer dryer, those are invented by scared scientists. Yeah, imagine scientists sitting in a bar, having drinks. They had couple of drinks. Till 2 drinks, men are good. After the 3rd drink, they start ranting, you know. So they took the 3rd drink and, fuck that, women always shout at me when she cleans. And boom, there's a dishwasher. So necessity might be the mother of those inventions. But in these cases, fear was the father, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And women and men are different in lying as well. There's a study which says that women fake orgasm. 70% of women fake orgasm in order to not to hurt men's feeling. But I know for a fact that 100% of men fake feeling in order to. Well, in my case, 100% women fake orgasm. But yeah. Okay, I'll just finish with this last joke. I love my wife, as I mentioned in the beginning, and yeah, she's watching. You know, she's like God. For me, she's like God. But no, I love my wife, and she always complains that I forget things. I forget dates. I forget so many things. So last week I took her to a very romantic restaurant, and the name of the restaurant was what's that flower which smells very good? That red flower? Roses? A rose, yeah. Yeah, Rose Darling. What was that restaurant we went to? Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Vekas. A couple people came in because they support diversity. Most people just don't care. Right, DT? Yeah, let's go. Man, okay. I need to bring the energy up a little bit. I don't like this energy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, are you a comic?
Aspiring.
You're an aspiring comedian. That's beautiful. And you said you're Peruvian?
I did.
And you're wearing beautiful, like, jewelry around your neck.
It's called Malawi.
Malawi? Does that bring you good energy?
It's supposed to keep away the bad.
To keep away the bad energy?
Yes.
I don't know how good it's working right now. I'm not gonna. Okay, all right, we gotta laugh. Okay, so your next comedian, a really good friend of mine. You guys know him, the boy, George, everyone.
Amazing show, guys. Seriously. I'm looking forward for every second I'm on stage. It's gonna be fun. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to learn to be more Canadian. Last couple of months I was performing here. I had a joke about the homeless, so I made that joke. It worked a couple of times, but there was one time I go on stage and I was a bit angry, and that anger came through. So when I came off stage, and I love that about Canadians, somebody came to me and said, "You know, this joke would work better if you weren't so angry and you're punching down." And that moved me because it was such a nice Canadian thing, you know? That person was Jake, by the way. Jake also added a gate in front of CFTA so the homeless cannot sleep there when it's raining. So I don't know what you can take out of that. Like, my words won't hurt the homeless, but Jake made a trip to Home Depot to buy that fucking gate with a padlock. God forbid they know how to open a gate, you know? And just, yeah, kept them out. I am Lebanese, guys, but as I said, I'm trying to be more Canadian. And as Canadian, you know, I'm starting to get pissed recently, especially at Trump. Trump is back saying Canada should join the US, Canada should this, Canada is that. And I don't get it. Why doesn't Trump respect us? And I thought about it. Is it the fact that, you know, we act like house guests in our own country? You know? Like, oh, sorry. So sorry, can I cross here? Sorry, I'm breathing around you. Sorry, I haven't killed myself yet, sorry. No, we can't be it, right? Because that's actually nice. Could it be the fact that we Canadians don't have a good military? I mean, our military budget is less than a Marvel movie. But I mean, when you ask our, you know, army men, who, by the way, are only 3 Mounties with a canoe and half a jar of maple syrup, when you ask them, like, hey, what does the budget that the government allocates to you allows you to do? And they will all unanimously respond to you, like, lose fast. That's our budget, is to lose fast. But no, it can't be that. And then I figured it must be the national anthem. Because I have problems with the national anthem of Canada. Especially that it starts like we're all angry at God for putting us here. Because we go, oh, Canada? Like, really, God? Could have moved better to the south, maybe? I don't know. But no, actually my problem with the national anthem is not the "Oh Canada" part, it's the part that comes after, you know, our home and native land. Because every time a white guy with blue eyes sings that part, I imagine like 7 First Nation chiefs, you know, coming in with a bright light and smoke, you know, and they're like, what are the next words? Sing them to me. Say the N-word. I'm like, native? Yeah, you're not native. It's our land. And I'm like, native, please. But it can't be that, you know? We love our First Nations. I thought long and hard, and I finally came up with a short answer. Ready? Brace yourselves. It's Newfoundland. That's why Trump doesn't respect us. And it's not the province, not the people, arguably, you know. It's just the name, Newfoundland. Because when I looked it up when I first got into Canada, I found out that you guys spell it, like you pronounce it Newfoundland, but it's actually written Newfoundland. And that's not a province's name. That's a fucking file name. Like somebody saved that file name at 3 a.m. and thought, you know, I'll change it tomorrow, and it's stuck for 150 years. Newfoundland. That's like the nice way Canadians say new shit I found. What do people are called there? Newfound people? Like, what the fuck? No. But, you know, it's not fair to Newfies because Newfies are such a great province. You know, people from there are strong. Like, they drink beer till they meet God. You know, they fish in ice, and they hide their emotions behind an accent nobody understands. But the name Newfoundland takes all that away from them. It's like having the best MMA fighter, but his name is Cuddles. you know. But I figured why we panic when Trump says that, like, let Canada join us, let Canada be part of the US. It's because we know for a fact if the states wanted us, they're gonna have us. Yeah, like it's not even a war. It's just a stroll in the park for them. So like imagine the thing happening now between Canada and the States is like a poker game, and the States is at one end of the table, and they have all the chips, all the military, all the technology, you know, and they're going all in. And Canada, on the other side, is upstairs in the bedroom, tied to the bed, legs spread like the horse she is, waiting for him to finish and come destroy her pussy. That was my time. Thank you.
Wow, just move to Canada and take a huge shit on. You know this shit is recorded, man, right? I wish they don't see that with when you're getting your citizenship, honestly. Okay. The energy's crazy. I just gotta say it, man. It's we gotta do something before bringing up your next comedian, okay? Because I don't like bringing up comedians to the stage. No, you will. It's gonna be 30 seconds. Yeah, camera. Okay, got me. All right. Yep. Okay, so we just gotta this guy he's been around the scene for the last 3 years, and he's a Jedi. He's Yuel. He's the king of the Red Sea. He's Eritrean, and he always talks about doing a Red Sea tour with no comics from Saudi, and I don't know why he says that, and I don't know why I'm saying that. All I know is this guy's name's Yuel, and you guys are gonna give it up for him right now, really good. Yeah, no, honestly, give it up for Yuel. A couple shows coming up tomorrow and after. Are there still tickets left, UL?
Yes, for Friday.
Okay, there are tickets left for Friday, you know? You're the only audience member. If you want to come by, there are tickets left. Talk to UL after the show. All right, your next comedian loves to be kissed when he gets on stage. Please give it up for Tochi, everyone.
Whew. Hi guys. My Peruvian friend. Yeah, that stuff is working way more harder than it's supposed to be working. It's also keeping the good energy away tonight, man. Guys, have you noticed how nothing good ever comes when someone says, I thought long and hard about this? Like, no one has ever said, I thought long and hard about this, so I'm gonna do something awesome. Basically, I thought long and hard about something. It's like a synonym for I thought like a dick. Oh, you finally joined your friend. I was about to say that you did to him the same thing white people do to brown people. Like, you didn't even fight for him when he was being put in that. Like, you were like, bro, you're on your own. Like, go and get fucked. Thank you. You're a good friend after all. Yeah. So, what are we talking about tonight? Since he's with you, I didn't want to talk to you because I didn't want to put you on the spot, but since he's here, do you remember your most traumatic childhood memory?
Most traumatic?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
I like you. Yeah. What's it about? What was it?
Okay. I think it was probably when it was like a family gathering, and my dad hit me for the first time in his life.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like very young. I was like being like a very like, you know, rough and tough kid just messing around.
Wow.
Messing around and yeah.
How old were you?
Sorry, what?
Like how old?
Probably like 6, 7.
It took your dad 7 years to hit you. Is your dad white?
No. He's brown like me.
And it took him 7 years to hit you. Whoa. Like, I was in the stomach and I was being beaten, bro. Like, stop moving. Stop. 7 good years, and this is your most traumatic childhood experience.
Like one, sure.
Bro. That's actually the most grateful childhood experience from my own angle. Because, guys, the day my dad beat me, like, my dad was ill, like, all through my childhood, basically. And he died when I was 10. But I remember the one time he beat me, like, because every kid goes to school and you, like, have those, I was beaten by my dad's story, right? And it was different for me. I always wanted to be beaten by my own dad, but I would come home, do everything, and my dad would look at me like, fuck. I wish I was strong enough to hit this guy. Yeah, but it finally happened for us, guys. It finally happened. So there was this point that it felt like he was getting better. And I can't even remember what I did, but whatever I did didn't warrant a hitting. But my dad called me up and he was like, I'm gonna flog you today. So I came to him, brought out my hand, and he flogged me. And as he was flogging me, I was smiling. He was smiling. That was like a real bonding moment for us, guys. We kept smiling. At some point, he started crying. I was supposed to be the one crying, but he was the one doing the crying that day. And I felt so good that, like 10 years down the line, I got into BDSM just to recreate that night. Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, but another traumatic childhood experience that I had was the day. Did you all take my time? What the? Already. Well, what I will do now is I'll wait for this thing to turn red and I'll wait for you to come up here and hit me. Thank you so much, guys. That's my time.
Yeah. He didn't kiss me off stage. Yeah. All right, man, we're going to keep the show going because we still got a few comedians. Your next comedian, she's been sitting here and she's been laughing real hard. So we're going to give her a lot of love and a lot of, just like, laugh real harder at her jokes. She's hilarious. Please give it up for Faye Paulette.
Just found out my mom's not a virgin. I know, I was pissed too. No, she has a boyfriend. My dad's dead, by the way, just to put that out there, if you couldn't tell from looking at me. I have daddy issues, as they call it. I know when people always told me I acted fatherless, but when he died, I was like, hey, it's true. Anyway, my mom has a boyfriend, and she started seeing them, and I asked her, like, oh, do you think, like, 'cause she kissed him, right? And, like, do you think you're gonna, give him your virginity? She just looked at me, and I looked at her, and she had told me, like, she wasn't a virgin, and I was just like, Mom, what the fuck? Anyway, you should ask your moms. Yeah. She's been she discovered she has ADHD, which I knew that. And I think we all knew that, but she didn't know that. When I got diagnosed with ADHD, the psychiatrist wanted to talk to my mom to kind of get some background info. Because he was kind of like, oh, I don't know if you have ADHD. And I saw this man ask her the first question, and I saw him realize oh, they both have it. So it took her 5 minutes to answer the question. It was wild. But she's been discovering a lot about herself and exploring and learning. And she was, kind of talking to me about some of the epiphanies she's been having. She hasn't gotten to the point of running through town naked yet, which is good. No eureka moments. But, oh fuck, what was I saying?
ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD, hey! If you couldn't tell. Oh my gosh, ADHD. Yeah, so she's been, learning about herself, and she's like, Faye, I just feel like I'm discovering everyone has their own box that they're in, and you just need to learn to love your box. And I was like, Donna. I don't know if you know, and I didn't want to tell her, and because I was I understood where she was coming from, but dang, I didn't want to have to explain to her that box was slang for vagina. But turns out she knew, so we were good. But we're gonna start a hashtag called Love Your Box, so if you want to follow that, it'll be on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Okay. We've been talking a lot about the Epstein files tonight, or the last couple weeks. Who was the person that shocked you the most on that? Stephen Hawking. Who said that? Yeah. Yes, that shocked me. I was shooketh. And when I found out about that, my boyfriend at the time, he's still my boyfriend. I don't know why I said that, but it was at the time. He was also my boyfriend. He was like, oh no, I heard. He told me with his whole chest that Stephen Hawking was on the list because he was there making dwarves, people with dwarfism, solve equations on chalkboards that were too high for them. And I believed him! And so when it came up when I was with my brother, I was like, actually, and informed him of this, and I, with my whole chest, was like, no, it wasn't because of, the kitty diddling. It was because he was there making dwarves shine, make equations on boards that were too high for them. And then it came up again with my boyfriend, and he was like, oh no, that just wasn't true. What? What do you mean? And that's why you should do your own research and not just trust people blindly. I learned that the hard way. Also, imagine being on like the Epstein list because you were Hawking's PSW. That would suck. I see the light, which is what my dad said. I'm also tripping all over this cord, just like at the hospital when you... Also, coincidentally, Jump Rope for Life asked me not to join them again. They said it wasn't good PR. I don't know. Yeah. Fuck, sorry. Dead dad. It's fun. It's not fun, but it's a time. But people often ask me, like, you know, Faye, at the end of a show, do you call your parents? Do you let them know how your show went? And I'm 28 years old. Like, I don't need to call my mom, okay? I live with her. So, you know, I just have to, like, walk to her room, knock down the door, like, Donna! Your daughter's hilarious! And I don't mess with Ouija boards, so I can't call my dad. I have been Faye Pollitt. We are going to bring back your host. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Faye. Oh, man. All right, we're going to keep it going, man. Your next comedian here runs a show on Monday at Aquanova Brewery. It's called The Faux Show, and he's a plumber. Please give it up for Trevor Curl.
It's funny because Omar did mention the handshake fist bump, and I totally botched that one, bro. I'm so sorry. It's so, like, it's very safe to put the fist out, you know what I mean? As soon as you do this, you basically have, like, you've committed the paper, and everyone knows that always loses, right? Cool. You guys, I'm speaking to you two because I don't really know you two. Kind of met you. I don't know if I really met you, but my name's Trevor Curl, okay? Like the hair. People always mispronounce it. But my friends, they know me as a bedwetter. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are still doing that, but I am. But no, the last 2 weeks have actually been pretty wonderful. I have not wet my bed. Because as Artemis was talking about, I'm actually sleeping in my car frame right now. I'm sleeping in my car. Yeah, the bed frame. I have a car frame. Yeah, that's so. I'm sleeping in my car. It's tough. But I'm actually currently having this car trouble. I don't know if anyone else in this room can relate. My car smells like piss. Yeah, it's a tough time I'm living in right now. But no, it's what, Thursday? Usually I'm supposed to be at piano. That's where I've been a couple times. I've just been MIA, but I'm working on the song called The Hokey Pokey. See, I know the dance. There we go. Every time I go to play this song, though, right, I go to put my right hand in. I take my right hand out. The music stops playing. And at this point in my lesson, this is when I turn around to my teacher, right? And they look at me and they say, Trevor, that's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Hokey Pokey. Okay, that's a bit about me. Give you a little history about younger Trevor, okay? 14 years old. Before the TD Coliseum, it was the Cobbs Coliseum. It was First Ontario Centre for a brief stint, but at Cobbs Coliseum, they had the West 49 Canadian Open. You guys ever skateboarded? Yeah, fucking all right, man. Do a kickflip, right? Thank you. But no, at the West 49 Canadian Open, about a weekend pass, right? So me and my buddies, we go, we're walking through, we meet a professional skateboarder. He's like, hey man, I'm selling these like pro skateboarder wristbands. I was like, fuck, I'll buy one, right? So I rip off mine, I put this one on, and we're like, fuck, we'll see if it works. Walk up to security, show them, boom, we're in. 14 years old, I'm a fucking professional skateboarder, bro. I'm getting free sandwiches. I'm getting drinks. I'm taking pictures, bro. I'm literally signing autographs. I'm like, yo, I'm doing everything except skating the course. Because I didn't bring my skateboard, right? So the next day I show up, I bring the skateboard, go to fucking walk on the course. They're like, no, that's yesterday's pass. You got to get a new one. I'm like, oh, fuck. So me and my buddy, we're 14 years old. We look at each other. We're like, what do? well, let's go check in and see if we can just pretend to be someone, right? So we walk up to the door, and stupidly, they had a list of all the names of the skateboarders, right? And we're looking through, and we're like, Tony Hawk, nah, I can't be that guy, right? Eric Costin, do a kickflip, no, I can't be that guy, This point, right, I steal, like, the most unknown name to name, right? The only problem now, I'm stuck being Trevor Curl for the rest of my life. I'm wetting the bed. I didn't want to do that. I'm stuck on the hokey pokey. I didn't want to do that. I'm sleeping in my car, man. I just wanted to be a professional skateboarder. Fuck. So I did some search on like past history. I'm like, what about me? You know what I mean? Like, what did I miss becoming Trevor, right? So before me. So I don't have the internet. Go to the library, right? Search up, the history of the Curl family. And it comes to find out that I actually come from a long line of gladiators. I know. It's weird, I know. But there was a weird break between 2 years before me. My grandpa just decided not to be a gladiator anymore. Decided to hang up the sword, put away the shield, pick up a plunger, grow a mustache, become a plumber. Now I'm stuck working for Joe's Plumbing. Joe's my grandpa. Maybe. I don't know, guys. I'm Trevor Curl. I wet the bed. You guys have been a great time. Have a good evening.
Yeah, make sure to check out Trevor's show this coming Monday at Aquanova. All right, your next comedian comes all the way from Oshawa. Man, he's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, let's go. He's really funny. Please give it up for Johan Sam.
I'll say some stuff, then I'll go away. Where do we go when we die? Probably to a big pie in the sky, a big giant pie in the sky, and it's probably big, and probably the crust breaks in, and you sink into this paste, this probably blueberry paste. It probably smells delicious, and you're sinking in, and it's probably boiling hot. It's probably fresh out of the oven, and you're sinking into this boiling hot pie, fresh out of the oven, and you're screaming, and you're trying to get out now, but you look up and you see there's more hands over there flailing their hands, and you're sinking deeper and deeper into this pie. Where do we go when we die? To a big pie in the sky, where you're just flailing your arms. That's diabolical pie in the sky. I'm on pills now. It's helping me march to the drum beat. But before I was marching to a flute. That's why I was doing this a lot. And then I would stay in a basket. I was a real basket case. And then, yeah. I like to think I'm marching to my own drum beat, but I'm a drum beat now, it's the pills are helping. Who knows? I do find coins between my couch cushions sometimes, but I always clean behind my ears, so I never find any coins back there. My grandpa found a coin behind my ear once, but he kept it. Life's filled with disappointments. You guys are great. Last week I had to perform at a haunted house. They kept booing me. And the ghosts were even worse. I know I don't have the face to be judging. I ran into an ugly person on the way here. It was a reflection. Ha ha ha. No, it was an ugly white person. They say white people shouldn't do blackface, but boy, have you seen some of these white people? They got to do something. They can't just go around looking like they do, I got to do something. You guys are great. Last week I had to perform at a farm. They kept mooing me. And the cows were even worse. Nicknames are hard to get rid of. All my friends call me pessimistic. I tried to get rid of it. I even took mystic classes dressed up as an octopus, hoping they'll call me optimistic. It didn't work. Now they call me dumbass. I hate nicknames. You know, last week I had to be a king for a kingdom, and they kept cooing me. And the citizens were even worse. You know, yeah, I'm great. I have that in common with Alexander the Great. He cut the Gordian knot with a sword. I would have chewed through it with my teeth. We both have greatness. I have a great dental plan. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have a great dental plan. I think the Gordian knot is a metaphor for unhooking a girl's bra. Some men like to complain. I like to nibble. That's how we nibble through a bra, you know. Just ask your local H&M women's section staff. They know me. They all know me. Don't take my word for it. You know? Arranged marriages are tough. Sometimes it takes months, maybe years, for the girl to develop Stockholm syndrome. You know, you guys are great. Last week I had to perform at a farm. Perform at a park, and they kept cooing me again. But the pigeons were even worse. You ever notice how some couples look the same, like brother and sister the same? Like, I would be so confused. Did I take out the trash, or did I take out the trash? You know, because we're the same. Like, did I leave the toilet seat up, or did I leave the toilet seat up? You know, because we're the same. I would be confused. All I'm trying to say is some people's SOs, significant others, look like them with a wig on. You know what else I've noticed? You can't trust anyone these days. I asked this bus driver for directions, and he fucked my wife. Okay, I don't have a wife. It was me in a wig. But that will teach him to trust me the next time I ask for directions. Okay? You know, you guys seem like a crowd that might have heard music before. Yeah, you guys seem like music buffs. But what's up with Shakira? You know, my hips don't lie. Yeah, I know, hips don't talk. They don't tell the truth either. They don't do anything. Okay, that's my time. I'm gonna go away now. Bye.
Johan Sam, man. Wow. All the way from Oshawa. Yeah, what a set. Cool. All right, we got a few more comics. Your next comedian told me that he likes kangaroos. That's exactly what he told me to say about him. And he likes being at comedy shows with his noise-canceling headphones on. Please give it up for DT Scott.
Yeah. I'm too lonely to have a dog, I think. I'm way too lonely. Because dogs can't really cry for help, you know, and like you can molest a dog for years. You know? God knows how long you can molest a dog in dog years. I wish, because I'm unemployed, so like, I wish I was around back when, back in the old time doctor days, when they would do bloodletting to cure diseases. It's like, whoever thought of that, I think that's fucking great idea. It's like, okay, buddy has sickle cell, and one guy's just like, well, have you tried stabbing him? You definitely kill the sickle cell. I'm poor, man. Fucking poor. I'm poor, and I'm like worried about it, because I read books sometimes. And sometimes in books you read about poor people. And oftentimes they don't turn it around. I'm reading these books, I'm like, that did not work out. So I'm concerned, I'm coming up with ideas now. I'm like, okay, What's a poor idea? Mud wrestling. I could start a mud wrestling tournament. Because all you need for mud wrestling is you need dirt and then you got to add water to it. That's mud, right? And you just got to get hosed to get into the mud. But I still haven't got to the point where I know how to make money off of it yet. I can make muddy off of it. Be like a kid again, making mud pies. I'll make mud coins, that's what I'll do. Fuck, dude. Fisting. What a game, what a sport. I wish I could make money off fisting. Because we've all seen the 15-minute like fisting videos. They're like 10 minutes. You don't want to see an hour and a half. Well, nobody's done it. How do we know? Let's do an hour and a half. That's what I want. I want a feature fisting film. The Fist and the Furious. Right? Let's make some money. We got the fucking franchise. 2 Fists, 2 Furious. And the third one, you just get Vin Diesel to put his head in some chick's ass. I'm thinking, man, I have to do something. Like, I'm trying to come up with ideas here, dude. My parents don't help me anymore. They decided they're not going to help me. I think part of it's because I'm ugly. That's what I'm realizing. But here's the thing, is what you're ugly. I have this trick. Because there's mirrors, I just don't want to look in them. I fucking just don't. Just the angle, whatever. Not looking in that shit. I look in it, it's fucking horrible sometimes. So I'm thinking, though, one of the things I do when I'm really feeling ugly is I just go outside and I just stand next to someone who's way more ugly than me, and I'm just like 15 minutes or whatever, and I just wave at people, like, yeah, how you doing? Joe, good to see you, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine, doing great, man. Doing awesome. How about this lighting? Fucking. One time I went out, there was a girl, she had cancer on her nose, it was horrible. Horrible. But, yeah, you know, I got to know her. Good. Know her a little bit. Became friends. No, that's what I need. I need, even if I had cancer, technically that would cure the ugliness, right? If I just had a horrible tumor right here, like, hey, it's like taking attention away from my face. Okay, anyways, I'm still coping with the ugly thing, but thanks for having me.
Yeah. I love how the mic went from this to this. It's beautiful. I'm gonna keep it this way. All right, your next comedian, man. I think I've seen her done comedy once before. Was it once? I don't know, but pulling an Alberta accent. What? Yo, okay, everyone, we're gonna reset, okay? Yeah, man, DT Scott, that was great. Your next comedian, very funny. Please give it up for Dana Monica, everyone.
Happy Thursday. What up, James Street? I see you guys out there. Hello, live stream. I just told our host to not say this, but I kind of got a buzz because I very rarely get to have a beer, and I got a nice beer. Shout out the recommendation. So, yeah. How's it going, everybody? Do you guys like my hat? What do you guys think of my hat? It's fucking weird, right? This is a weird hat, right? It says, I make cute babies, which is a fact, but I impulsively bought this hat earlier this year whilst I was shopping for my baby shower. And I've like spent a lot of time wondering like how this hat kind of came to be. It was just like the single one on the shelf, and it was next to the ones that say, "Ooh, baby, I like it raw." But like, does this hat not have chug a beer energy? No? Has anybody here ever born a human being? No? Anybody here ever knocked up a human being and then she borned it? Or he or you know, the whatever gender born to the baby. But anyway, I guarantee at the end of every pregnancy, what somebody needs is a bender. And I put this hat on at the end of my pregnancy, and it taunted me with a bender. So I've been spending a lot of time kind of pondering like the make of this hat, right? Because I feel as though I've kind of come to the conclusion that it must have been produced for a pregnant lady in Niagara Falls who was on like a really trashy bachelorette weekend, like with her middle school bestie that like she really wouldn't fuck with anymore if she met today. But like if she didn't go to the bachelorette weekend, like it would be like a whole like dramatic thing, and like she'd probably get blasted on Instagram or whatever. But so she must have been in Niagara Falls on this trashy ass bachelorette weekend, and I can kind of picture her like wobbling up and down Clifton Hill. Do you know what Clifton Hill is, my friend? You can picture it, right? And then put heels on and then add a belly. And then think of your middle school bestie that you would have left in middle school if you could, but then you went to the same high school and your moms were already friends, and now you're pregnant in Niagara Falls. Like just surrounded by tequila and male strippers in a border city, just like begging your bestie to sit down and have some food. Yeah. Anybody here from Hamilton? Who loves Hamilton? Woo! I'm born and raised in Hamilton. Do you guys remember when they brought, excuse me, sir, get off the phone. Just kidding. Does anybody remember when they moved Festival of Friends to Ancaster? Ooh. Wow, wow. So, do you guys know what Festival of Friends is? Yeah. Atta girl. You're super funny, by the way. Festival of Friends, it's like this beloved Hamilton festival. And Hamilton is a fucking gritty city. I don't know if anybody here knows that about us, but this is a gross-ass city that you guys have traveled to and, you know, like found it on the map. So we didn't want our festival in like the 1%er neighborhood of Ancaster. I took the HSR bus up there and it was like a bloody riot. Like people were literally smoking on the bus. Like I was smoking on the bus. And so when we like got off the bus, it literally turned into like a protest and like a march down the street. And people were like, "Bring it back to Gage Park! Bring it back to Gage Park!" And like I had this whole like feeling of like, fuck the system, you know? And when I got to the fairgrounds that our Festival of Friends was at, I had recalled in my itty bitty little brain that they had gotten Dallas Green for that festival. Okay, does anybody here like Dallas Green? Does anybody here, no? Anybody here know Dallas Green? Anyway, he's a Canadian legend. He's an absolutely bloody treasure, and we really like him. And I'm a millennial, and I was emo, so like I specifically like him, you know? And so when I walked into the gates, like the fucking anarchy like left my body, and I was like, oh my gosh, we are here to save our scissors. I'm usually pretty like, you know, big on like eat the rich, but not gonna lie, they got Dallas Green that time, and he would not have came to Gage Park because that motherfucker would have got robbed, you know? I got one more minute, I reckon. I'm a mom. Anybody? Oh yeah, you guys already said nobody's a mom and nobody's impregnated anybody. Has anybody impregnated and then no baby was born? Woo, baby, I like it raw. I'm 2 for 2 for unplanned pregnancies, baby. I have a daughter and now I have a son, and it's interesting because I have no idea how to interact with men. Like unless there's like bodily fluids like involved in it, I really kind of stay away from y'all. That's my time. Thank you so much. Cheers.
All right, we got 2 more comedians, so you guys hang in there, all right? Your next comic, it's only his 3rd time doing comedy. So we're going to give him a lot of love and a lot of support, and we'll be here for him. Please give it up for Alex Aguilar.
Hello, hello. Support. You know, I support a lot of things. One thing is traveling. I was traveling here, and I don't know if y'all have a car, but I was in the car. I actually came to pick up my buddy, drive on the way here, and I almost had a heart attack. Mainly because as I'm driving, I'm practicing, you know, an impression. I had a friend that moved off to Scotland without me knowing, and he messaged me 5 years later. So he messaged me quite recently. And he goes, you know, I'm back from Scotland. I'm a dairy farmer. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, it would have been nice to say hi, hello, you know, maybe tell me you're going to Scotland, and then, you know, that'd be great. Yeah, but I'm practicing the impressions, and, you know, I'm like, I'm trying Scottish, and, you know, a wee whale over there. You know, that's one. Or, you know, if something ever happened on the road, you know, I tried the Scottish impression. I go, what's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? And that's an old one. If you were on the internet in YouTube, you know, when it first came out, that was like one of the clips that came viral, and it's stuck in my brain ever since. And so I'm driving, and I'm like, wee whale over there, wee whale over there. What's heavier? I don't know, it's the feathers. I don't know, I'm talking to myself, I'm going insane, and then I see like these blinking lights in the fucking rear view mirror, and I look behind, I'm like, shit, it's a fucking cop car, he might be coming after me. And, you know, luckily there's another car right behind, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm still like in character, we wail over there, oh Lord, you know. I don't know, this wee little person over here does not want to mess with the police, you know, like, I don't know. And luckily, it didn't come after me. It sent shivers up my arse, you know. I was actually very glad. I didn't mean to talk about that today, but I thought that would be quite an interesting story. There's no easy way to kind of introduce it, but, you know, oddly enough, Hamilton is sort of like downtown Toronto. I actually go to a university, and on that university, I have a crackhead Timmy's that I really enjoy going to. It's always something to do there, or actually something to see. In like the glass, you can see the homeless. Here, oddly enough, you don't need the glass. It's quite interesting because, you know, something like DEI was something that was kind of talked about a long time ago, kind of disappeared mainly because of the international chaos. And, well, I thought, well, we kind of have hobos of every shade. You go down the block, there's you know, a black fella. You go down the other block, there's a white fella. And now there's another block which has a Chinese fella. And, you know, as somebody who I thought was generous, I gave him some cash. And then, lo and behold, at the crackhead Timmy's, he's stealing from the fucking tip jar. And, you know, it's a quite interesting story. Crime has gone up, definitely, for everywhere. Vaughan looks like Gotham City. Brampton, everybody's driving illegally. And, you know, in Saskatoon, funny enough, a 7-year-old girl was robbed by 2 teenage boys at knife point. They said, give me your nickels, give me your dimes, everything but your clothes, because we are criminals, not monsters. You know, and it's crazy because they actually took everything but the table and chair. So the little girl, I could imagine, was just sitting like this with everything fucking gone. The money, the lemonade, and most of all, her candy. Funny enough, she became rich after that. $14K in the bank from online GoFundMe, which is crazy. If I got robbed, police goes, you were in the wrong spot. Anyways, that's my time. Thank you.
Keep going for Alex, man. Third time on stage. Yeah. We're down to our very last comic for the 5-minute sets, and then we're gonna go into the shotgun 3-minute sets. But for now, guys, I'm gonna leave you with our last 5-minute set comic that told me to ask you to subscribe to his Patreon at something that I can't remember that he's gonna tell you about. Please give it up for Dante.
CFTA, make some noise. Is Vikas still here? I can't tell by his shoes. Is he still here? Are you there, dude? I think he's there. He said his wife is like a god, which I feel is like such a backhanded compliment to call your wife an elephant. Did you hear that, dude? He's definitely outside. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard, but Marineland is going through some tough times because they're closing down, and they don't want to ship the animals to China because they'll kill them. So they're just like, oh, we'll kill them here or something like that. And there's like this big commotion. They don't know what to do, right? And then I recently saw this article where it's like, Marineland employee speaks out about mistreatment, and then they play the clip, and it's just okay, sick. For a day job, I produce podcasts, and I recently started working on this podcast for disability awareness, and it's been like really dope. You know, I've learned so much from working with these guys. On this podcast, there's 3 hosts. One host is completely blind. The second host has a crazy stutter. And then the third host, he's like in an electric wheelchair, like he's a quadriplegic, right? So we're like 7, 8 episodes into recording this podcast. And then in the middle of one of the recordings, the blind guy's like, Dante, I didn't know you're black. And I'm like, that's fucked up. You're blind. Everything you see is black. And you know, there's nothing more fucked up than finding out that the guy that stuttered is an attempted racist. You know, you give him a few shots, a few drinks, all of a sudden it's I like how Tochi laughs as if like he's in the middle of getting strangled. It's like, he's like someone save him. Just the other day, we're recording one of these podcasts, and one of the guys asked, can you Google what's the highest someone has fallen out of a plane and survived? So I Googled it. Turns out some Serbian lady in the 70s fell out of a plane 33,333 feet from the air, hit the ground, boom, and survived. Crazy, right? In the article, it said injury sustained, broken face, fractured ribs, missing teeth. Next line, recovery. She was able to walk again in 10 months. Wow, crazy, right? And then we all just looked to the guy in the wheelchair. I was like, man, all you did was dove into a pool. Just last week, we got a new podcast studio, so I had to go and pick up the guy in the wheelchair and drive him to the podcast studio. But what's cool is like he's got his own car, but he actually can't drive, right? So it's like he's got this like souped up fucking Dodge Caravan, and it's like a wheelchair accessible and all this stuff. So I do a lot for these guys, and it's cool or whatever. But he drives in, and I gotta freaking like lock him down to the floor, like lock his chair to the floor, da 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 da. And this car is like 2010 Dodge Caravan. It's old. It's got so many problems. It doesn't drive fast or whatever. It takes long to pick up. Anyways, so I'm driving this guy back. Like I drove him to the studio. We did the podcast. It was sick. And now I'm driving him back, right?
and he's got his guide dog in the back seat, and we're driving, and I'm driving him, and then he's sitting next to me in his chair, and out of nowhere, this construction worker like steps out in the middle of the road, right? And I slam on the brakes, but this guy's paralyzed. So he like goes flying, like, and then he like flies forward, and like because he's paralyzed, he can't like lift himself back up. And so he's like flipped over. And I'm like, you good, man? He's like, yeah. Can you help me though? So I'm there, and I have to like lean him back up, and then like help him sit back as he's some like tissue box that like flew to the front of the car. Anyways, that's the life of a podcast producer. All right, guys, have a good one.
Dante, helping disabled people. He's a good person in society, man. I don't know if you know this about Dante, but he grew up in Milton. Yeah, you're doing MLK work out there. That's for sure. Oh man! All right, we're done with the 5-minute sets. Now we're gonna move on to the 3-minute shotgun style. So what's gonna happen? We got 4 more comics. Each comic is gonna be bringing up the following comic. Rules still apply. Light it to you, yellow it to you, red at 3 minutes, and then you bring up your following comic. So with that, please give it up for Paul American.
Give it up for Omar. It was a great job, man. So I was with my buddies, and we were having a conversation about... my hair was blocking that, sorry. This is mine now. We were having a conversation about stories about how we were, like, almost molested. Like my friend, when he was 8, his 13-year-old cousin grabbed his leg and said, "Ooh, that's really firm." And that's all that happened. I was like, I can beat that. And I grabbed his crotch. That's getting real firm. Firmer by the second. No, like I have more than I should stories of where it almost happened. First one being, I remember vividly having my diaper changed by my father, and he was like I'm naked, right? And he's just like, and I'm just like, what the? My first words were like, the fuck? The fuck? Yeah. The second story, I was getting guitar lessons, and my guitar teacher was teaching me Wild Thing. He was like, Wild Thing, I think you're... Like, he's leaning forward. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, you're playing it wrong. Bring, 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 bring. Not to give you the cheat code, but if you want to molest me, you're going to teach me how to play Limp Bizkit, okay? Like, you did it all for the nookie, here's your cookie. Third time was this in high school, like someone found out I like wrestling, and that I wrestle, like, play a fight, right? And he's like, hey, so you're going to come over and wrestle? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, okay, but you're gonna have your shirt off, right? I'm like, no. He's like, well, we're not going to be authentic here? I'm like, no, like, it's not happening. And he's like, okay, fine. But you're going to have your pants off, right? I'm like, what's your finishing move? The bring, bring! Oh, man. I've been on a few dates this past while, and I have my limits. I was saying to this girl, like, we were on our 4th date, and we were talking. She was like, you know what? You should probably watch me play baseball in Markham before we have sex. And without any, like, time, like, I just immediately went, Markham? Like, that's my limit. I'm like, that's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yellow. Okay. So, yeah. I've been on a health kick recently. Been losing some weight. It came from a moment with my mother where she's like, Polito, I want you to lose weight. I don't want to bury you. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, Mom, I think Dad molested me. And yeah, no, I don't like that visual, like being dead in a coffin, and she's crying, and my dad's like, "Wake up! Bring, 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 bring." Thank you. I just want to. Can we give it up for all the Toronto comics that came out here tonight? They drove almost 2 hours here. I can't imagine driving 2 hours anywhere to bomb. I'm just bitter that they're not here. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great night. Oh, yeah. This next comic, one of my favorites, he drove me here. I'm not saying it because I need a ride back. I know it generally is one of my favorites, up-and-comers. Give it up for Mike Fallico.
What's up, everybody? Keep it going for CFT. All right, so I live with my brother, and you know, it's pretty funny because there are some common areas of the house that we both use, and like you can always kind of tell what the last person did when you go in that room, and like we share the same bathroom, and I went to go piss one night, and as I was taking a piss, I look over and I see a McDonald's cheeseburger wrapper in the garbage can right beside the toilet. And that like really fucked me up. That happened like 5 days ago and I can't stop thinking about it. Because like there's really only 3 possible things that could have happened for that wrapper to end up there, right? Like the first one, which is like the most acceptable, like he was eating a cheeseburger while taking a bath, which isn't that bad, right? The second one is like he was taking a shit while eating a cheeseburger. And like the third one, was he like brushing his teeth while eating a cheeseburger, you know? Or was it a combination of all 3? He was taking a shit in the bath while eating a cheeseburger and brushing his teeth. It's a mystery I have never solved, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna bring up your next comic. That wasn't that great. Everybody keep it going for JP.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Thank you. My name is John Paul. I'm from Mississauga. And thanks. Yes. So as you all know, Mississauga is well known for one thing. And can anybody take a guess?
Old ass mayor.
Escorts. But okay. So if you ever are in need, just drive up to Dixon and Kipling, and you'll be right in the epicenter. So it's good to be in Hamilton, away from all the escorts. Not really, but yeah, I'm 37. Well, 36, turning 37 this year, and I'm still a virgin. Kind of led from the first joke into this one, but yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. It's been a dry spell for 37 years, but I've kept my wits about me, and I think I'm sharper. I'm a better friend, and I'm obviously not the best romantic, but being Peruvian, I never imagined that I needed to try so hard. But yeah, so this is quite the honor to be in front of so many talented people tonight. Everybody was like killing it. Who said we bombed? Nobody bombed tonight. This was awesome. But if you guys do want to see anybody bomb, come to Mississauga at the Yucks there on Eglinton and Dixie. Shit show on Tuesdays. But how about some more shit talk for Hamilton? Yeah. No, I love Hamilton. I think the first time I ever got a blowjob was on Hess. When I was 22 or something. It was awesome. But yeah, no, Hamilton has great character and personality, all of which we lack back in Mississauga. And you know, I like to come here and brag about it to my friends back in Sauga. It's like, hey, I'm cool now. So yeah, sorry, I didn't know how much time I had. Yeah, Hamilton's great. I love the Tie Cats. I'd love to come and do this more often, but I promise next time I'll be a little bit more prepared. It's only my third time, and I just want to say thanks. Richard's next, guys.
Yeah, shout out Mississauga. 3 minutes, all right. So I went to the Chinese supermarket the other day. Saw an Indian worker there. That's fucked up, man. Like, I understand having to compete for a job at like a Tim Hortons, because that's any man's game. A Chinese supermarket is supposed to be my home court advantage. What the fuck is up with that? And like, when you think about it, everybody in that situation is getting fucked up. Because that Indian dude is being mistreated and underpaid because he's Indian at a Chinese place. The Chinese supermarket is getting fucked up because the Indian dude can't read Mandarin, so he's stocking all the shelves wrong, and I'm out of a job. So it's fucked up. And like, I don't say this to hate on Indian people, you know? I feel like Indian people are getting a lot of hate right now. They're getting a lot of racism. I think it's fucked up. I will say though, it's good for us other minorities because we're, the heat is off of us now. Like for example, the other day, I was driving, and I cut off this white dude, and then he rolled down the window, and he yelled out, "You fucking Punjab!" And obviously, you know, that made me upset, because you hate to see Canadians being racist to each other, but I was also happy to not be correctly identified as a poor Asian driver. No, even black people are benefiting. Like, for example, when I say the word scammer, there's an image that pops up in all of your guys' head right now. That image is a brown man talking on the phone. But 5 years ago, when I said scammer, you would think of Tochi. If you ask me, I think all of this racism, like the rise of racism, it's a psyop by a foreign nation. And I know you guys are all thinking of a specific foreign nation, but I feel like if I said it out loud, this place might get drone striked. But no, I'm talking about China. I don't know. I think the Chinese are trying to fuck us up right now. Like, okay, it's not just racism. Have you guys noticed that the rise of China, gay people, and mental health discord all happen to correlate? I have a theory on this, all right? Okay, I think the Chinese are trying to make us go to therapy more to weaken our workforce. Like, if you think of the backbone of our workforce, it's like a blue-collar dude that's like grizzly, hates his life, has substance abuse issues, but those dudes get shit done. Imagine if construction workers started taking mental health days. Nothing would get built. Have you ever had contracting work done by a liberal? It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, I'm still working on the gay part. I don't know where all that plays in. I think now, it might be like they're trying to get all the construction workers to like just kiss each other instead of actually work. Yeah. And then, you know, Paul just mentioned this about almost being molested, and then like I kind of just like unlocked the memory. So I want to try this out. So at high school, I did wrestling. I went to a Catholic high school. I did wrestling. And my wrestling coach was a gay man, which already is like a lot of conflict of interest there. First of all, I went to a Catholic high school, so God already hates him for being gay and then choosing to educate in his institution. But it's also like, there's no other way to say this besides that wrestling is the most homosexual sport that you could do. It's just a bunch of men just rubbing each other and just hugging each other. And then if you can't be gay in a Catholic high school hugging, like touching a bunch of little boys. And on the wrestling team, he always like kind of like singled me out because like I was kind of like his favorite. So I used to make the team every time, and I was like the A-class student. And I didn't know if I was just like talented at wrestling or if he just wanted to fuck me. But yeah, kind of gets blurry there. I don't know if I get diddled or not. But
Yeah, I keep it going for all the 4 comics that you saw. And before you guys go, just a reminder, you got Michael Moses on, right? It's on Saturday, Michael Moses, and then Yeah.
That one's already sold out. Friday, we got me, Chris MacArthur, Jen Reeves, and
A whole bunch of very funny comedians, okay? So there's still some tickets. Make sure to grab these on Friday. And yeah, also, these guys make like crazy good videos. I don't know why I didn't mention that earlier. They're like $10 if you guys want to grab your video. Is it cheaper for the 3-minute sets? No. Okay, it's not cheaper for the 3-minute sets. But they're there, you know. Anyways, you guys have been fantastic. Please don't drink and drive. Have a great evening or night. Yeah.
if any of the comedians want to come hang out tomorrow, come to the show for free. Only the comics, you guys can come along. Not all of you at once.
Show's 8? 8 tomorrow? I really did try to come here earlier.
Yo, guys, how'd you feel about an